Today, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to get started using Airtable right now. So we're just going to head over to airtable.com. And if you don't have an account, I'll even put a link in the description. So you just click on that and head over there that way. Now, if you're not familiar with Airtable, it is an all-in-one database and management tool. It sort of combines the power of spreadsheets or Excel into the flexibility of like a project management tool or a CRM tool. So whether you have a small team you're managing or a startup business or you're an entrepreneur, this is a great tool to really learn how to use and master because it'll make your life much easier and be able to automate a lot of the organizational tasks that you need to do to run your business. So from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to set up a free account. And I would say the free account works really well if you're an individual or a small team or have a small project that you're managing. If you need some of the additional features in that, you can always sign up for the pro account. And they typically have some sort of free trial with that as well, so that you can kind of see what is available for you. So I'm just going to create with my email. Once you add your password, I'll have you press and hold this to verify that you're you. And then it's just going to walk you through answering some questions about yourself just to understand how to better tailor the tool to what your needs are. And then you have the option here to add other people that you want to collaborate. I'm going to skip that for now. And then it wants to customize the app for you. So you can pick what color you like the best. Maybe I want to do the blue. And then so you can see here, it sort of generated kind of a template to kind of get you started, which is nice. So we're going to create this app. And you could tailor that even closer to get you started. Now from here, you could sign up for the trial or just continue with the free version. I'm going to close that out to continue with the free. Now, based on all of the questions that I answered, depending on how you answer that, it generates sort of this working workspace for you to kind of start from. So you're welcome to jump in there and kind of see what it generates for you. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to start at the very beginning and build this from scratch so you can see exactly what goes into all of the elements that are in here. So from here, you can do a couple of things. You can click on the workspace here, and it'll open up the tab over here, which will list out all of your workspaces, which I just have this general one that was created. And you can either click create a workspace here or the plus button here. We're going to go to create a workspace. And then up here, we're going to change the title of this. So we're going to change this to client projects. So now that we have this workspace, we're going to click on create. And this is where we add our databases. Now you can either use their AI generation to help create that for you, or you can build your own app from scratch. We're going to click on that. And this gives you your first base or database. So first we're going to go up to the top and we're going to change the name of this to, let's say this is local businesses. And then you could also change the color if you want to do that. We'll make that green. Now within each base, you can have multiple tables. So you can see how this is really starting to fine tune all of your information in one place, but organized in a very specific way. So that takes us to step 4, which is to customize your tables. So you see up here, we have table 1. And if we, again, double click on that, make this first one landing page video, click save. Then if you click on this plus sign, you can either create from AI, start from scratch, or you can import, if you already have some of this information in one of these other elements, you could import it there. But we're just going to go, again, create from scratch. And let's call this one social media videos. Click save. And we'll do one more here and call that one explainer videos. Okay, so just depending on how you want to break up your information. And then step 5 is we want to start adding records or fields to these tables. So we're going to go through the rows here and we're going to click on this first row and we're going to list out the company's names. So we go ABC company, hit enter. So you can list out all the names of the companies that you have doing explainer videos for. And then you could change what your columns are or the data that you want to collect from there. So maybe instead of notes, you want to change that to contact. Now you put in their phone numbers or emails or whatever you want in there. And then the next column here is assignee, which it auto-generated, which here you could add who that's assigned to. So maybe that's me. And then status would be to do, in progress, done. So we'll go in progress. So they provide those sort of examples in there. And you can see that the examples give you different types of fields that they could put in there. could be a single select, collaborator, a URL, text. And then if you need to add more, you just go over here to this plus button and it'll give you the different types of ones. So let's say we want to add a checkbox and we want to call this complete, and you could create that file. And now we have this little box here that we can now check that if we want to complete that. So you could build out these tables to have all the information exactly the way that you want it and add to as you go. And you can even move these around. So maybe we want to have that right there, so I know right away at a glance whether that's completed or not. Now, step 6 is what really makes this powerful, is to collaborate with the rest of your team. So what we want to do is, once we've created this, now we just go up to the top and go to share. And now you can either invite by email someone that is on your team, or you could just create a link and then you could send them the link, or you could share that publicly so that people can be able to find that if they search for it. I think the best way is just to add email. And once you have a few people on your team, then you can add them in there and then you just click invite. And then they have different levels of access that you could denote them, whether it be creator or editor, commenter, or read only. You can specify that. And you can always change that later as you need to. So now we've created the tables, we've added some information, and we've shared it with our team. Now I'm going to talk about how to change the view of this, because sometimes depending on how you want to see it, you may want a different view. So step 7 is to use different views. So right now we're in the grid view, which is like a traditional spreadsheet. But then if we go create new, we have some other options. So maybe you want to do gallery or Kanban, list, things like that. So let's go to Kanban view. And you could change the name of this. I'm just going to leave it as Kanban, create new. And then you could denote who is able to access this view and use it. So I'll just say anybody that's assigned and go done. And now you could see the same information here, but it is in a Kanban. So now you could drag these companies around between who do not have one assigned and who does have one assigned. So let's say ABC, I want that to be assigned to me. Now, if I go back to the grid view, you could see that added that field in there that Bob or ABC company is also assigned to me. So you could really specify each of these views depending on what you want to target. You could also create a calendar view. So if you have dates that are associated with this project is due on this date, it'll now show up in a traditional calendar view, so you can have a visual access to the information that way. So by creating different views, you could really cater the tools to what you need to see in those different views. Now, step 8 is automating your workflow. This is how you really can save a lot of time in having some of these simple repetitive tasks done automatically for you. So to do that, we're just going to go up here to the top where we see data, but we're going to go to automations. So over here, they have sort of a catalog of options that you can pick from over here, to send an email or send a Slack message. What we're going to do is we're going to create one from scratch to show you how this works. We're going to start with add a trigger, and we're going to go when record matches condition. So we're going to click on that, and then you just need to configure that. So we're going to select the table, that table that we had explainer videos, and let's say when. And then you click on the name, and let's say the complete, and then you say when complete is checked. So remember we had that column that had the tasks being complete. Then you want to go when that is complete, then you want to choose, and then it tests that out to make sure that works. So right now we're saying when somebody clicks that task is complete, then the action is, we click on that, and let's say we want to send an email. So then we can configure this and we say send an email and we call this congrats. You could then add the email of your whole team or the individuals or whoever and say we did it. So you just add your information in there. And now that is now saying that once we add that as a complete task, it'll send an email to whoever we designated to say, hey, we're done with this. This is great. This could be a Slack message. It could be creating another task, could trigger whatever event that you want it to be. So that's a great way of adding all these different automations in there so that you don't have to think about it. You don't have to follow up with that automatically. It'll alert you. It'll send that information however you want it to do. So that's a great project. Step 9, we're going to link records between the tables. So one of the great things about Airtable is that it's all integrated together so that each table and each piece of information can speak to each other. So this is where it really accelerates from just a regular spreadsheet to a full business operation system. So we're going to go back to the landing page here. So again, just sticking with our example, we're going to be in the explainer video. We're going to add a field and we're going to go down here. We're going to go link to another record. And we want to go to the landing page videos and we're going to call this multi-use video. So let's say we have an explainer video, but we also want to use it as a landing page video. And we're going to create field, we'll go to name, add field, and then we can add information here and go, let's add that. We just have an unnamed video there. And now when we go back to our landing page, you can see it's created this as explainer video from the ABC company is also going to be used for this, let's say, sales page. So you can see you can start linking all the tables together so that you update information in one table, it'll update the information in the other table. Really handy. Now, step 10 is we're going to collect data to add to these tables from a form. So we're going to create new, and then we're going to go down here to form, and we're going to create a form, and we'll call this client info, create the new view. So now it creates a form that I can now click on the share form, and I could just copy the link or send it to somebody. And in my case, I could send it to the project manager and say, here, just fill out this form every time that you get a new client. And then that information will then be translated onto those tables or onto those other views that we had. And everything, again, is all synced together so that it's all in one place. And with that, you're up and running and have the basics to be able to start using Airtable to automate and make your business run even smoother, all with Airtable. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.